Hello there you, and welcome to a gigantic horde of orcs and a large swarm of Tyranids, along with the marauding forces of chaos and a squishy Tau center. As today, these four forces will face off against each other. Now, unfortunately for the Tau, they're slap bang in the center of these three armies. Maybe that'll teach them for winning so many of the tabletop board games. Are you listening? Let this be a lesson to you. With all that being said, do leave a like and consider subscribing, as that's the best way to support the channel. Now, let's get on with the slaughter. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, and what promises to be an absolutely epic fight. We've got the Tau in the center, we've got the Orcs on the other side, we've got the Tyranids over here, and last but not least, we've got the marauding forces of chaos, who are going to be first to engage here with the Tau lines, the Karut coming forward out of what I'm going to be calling here the Death Bowl. Why? Because I'm hoping that all these Tau get absolutely minced. Like I said, this is generally a lesson and a punishment for the Tau players out there. How dare you be able to shoot us from the other side of the field? It's just not fair. Well, this is what happens when your forces get surrounded. So the Orcs here now having a damn good go at the front lines here of the Karut. Now, the Karut, though, are not to be trifled with. They're going to be able to hold this line a little while while the Fire Warriors in the background lay down the smackdown. Now, of course, though, on the other side, again, we've got the lovely Tyranid forces here. Now, I'm really hoping, because, as always, for some reason, the Tyranids always seem to break for me. Halfway through the fight, the AI just always breaks. Now, let's hope that the Snapsies stays in tune today, and they don't do that. Oh my god, look at this crazy sporadic fighting that we've got up and down the line now. Chaos forces finally coming into contact here with the Tyranids, and it just looks like a red-on-red fight. It's hard to tell who's who. My god, though, there's a lot of Tyranids here. There's about 2 million Tyranids in total. Just look at them swarming over them hills. But the forces of chaos pushing hard right into them front lines here. You can see Brood Warriors trying to bring up that front firepower. I mean, it's melee range firepower, but it's firepower nonetheless. Oh, the poor Hormagaunt then, just blasted through the air. How are we doing on this side, chaps? It looks like the Chaos are actually trying to push into the Death Bowl here. And the Death Bowl living up to its name. Them Tau gunners absolutely focusing them down really hard. And the blood is flowing down into the center. Oh, it's a magnificent sight. You can see Karut now trying to come forward here to plug the gap that's been created by the fall of their other brethren. The Tau are in a world of hurt, quite frankly. If the Tau survive this, I will be really, really amazed. They have got a lot of firepower in there, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to allow them to survive this kind of onslaught. You can see the Orcs struggling a little bit here with the Karut. So it looks like the Chaos and the Tyranids over there really able to just plow straight through them Karut. Absolutely no problem. Orcs having a little bit of a struggle here. I guess that's why Orcs bring weight of numbers to the fight, but the Tyranids have also done that in this case. Though it does look like they're struggling to actually get any of the more big units to the side here. There's no Brood Warriors over this side. Look at this, it's all Hormagaunts. That could be bad for the Tyranids, but it does mean that all of the Brood Warriors are in the center over here. No wonder the lines collapse pretty dang quickly then. So on this side then, this is Chaos taking on the forces of the Tyranids. It looks like the Tyranids are trying to envelop them here. And they are doing it little by little. So as the Marauders push forward like this, because the Marauders are actually pushing forward with some insane speed here. Look at that. Just carving a path through the Hormagaunts. What actually happens is they sort of leave the gunners behind, and the gunners then get exposed to flanking maneuvers like this one. As the Tyranids start wrapping round, these gunners are going to find themselves on the tasty menu. Let's go over to the other far side over here. This is going to be Chaos versus Orcs over this side, yeah? And it looks like the Orcs, oh my god. Yeah, the marauding berserkers are pretty insane. Just there, wielding dual axes. Oh man, them Orcs are taking an absolute punishment. You can also see that we have got Chaos Spawn on the front line. The Orcs are taking an absolute pounding. Let's go see how the Tau are actually getting on. They've been sandwiched now between these two armies, so it kind of looks like they actually managed to clear up the Chaos force that was trying to push down into the center here. That's worked out nicely for them. Most of the fire warriors then, all lined up on this side now. I think they're trying to make a blood lake to keep the Tyranids from getting across. We've got these sporadic forces of Karut pushing forward, which is distracting the Tyranids quite nicely. Now look at this. A squad of fire warriors has been caught off guard. They're now going to have to try and find a way to retreat backwards. Look at this. They are fire warriors retreating now back across the Blood Lake as the Tyranids try to swarm across the rest of them. A covering fire mission has been ordered, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my. I always think that the fire warriors look a lot like Master Chief from the Halo series. Ah, there we are. The XV8 suits there, lending their firepower to the line. So this is looking a little bit exposed over here. We've got a lot of the corrupted Chaos tanks just sort of out in the open. And it kind of looks like the Tyranids are taking advantage of this. The Tyranids here, having broken the Karut line, and by the looks of it, the Chaos line, are now starting to envelop the Chaos forces that are over here. We've got some insane Blood Lakes that are starting to form over this side as well. How's the actual flanking maneuver going? Okay, so it looks like the Chaos managed to stabilize the flank just a little bit. The Tyranids here haven't really managed to push that far in. Again, these forces of Chaos, the Marauders, are absolutely insane. How are the Orcs getting on? Oh no, it looks like the Orcs have been defeated over here by the Chaos. Death now litters the floor. My god, the Marauders are very powerful. Maybe a little bit too powerful. But to be fair, choppers are pretty much one of the lowliest form of Orcs. God, look at that. Orcs getting flung through the air there. The Chaos Sports on the front line doing excellent work. Now, we are coming down to the last stand of the Tau. Look at this. Sandwich between the Orcs and the Tyranids here. It's a grim place to be. My god, they're holding out. You've got to give it to them. They're getting them kills in. God, that's a horrible situation. Orcs on one side and Tyranids on the other. Surrounded by blood. Yeah, you ain't getting out of this one, guys. Just try to take as many out as you possibly can. The last 500 Tau. The XV8 suit here working its magic. But it's about to get swarmed by Brood Warriors. And now, the Tyranids and the Orcs are fighting over the Death Bowl. Oh man, that is so brutal. The Tau have got 2 units remaining. Gosh knows where they are. So the Tyranids now swarming all over the field. This is all that remains of the Chaos Army on this far flank. They've done a really good job of killing lots and lots of Hormagaunts. But again, look, as they've pushed forward, all that's happened is the flanks got wider and wider. And the Tyranids have just pushed around them, taking out all the support gunners. We have still got a few on this side. Again, the marauding forces of Chaos actually trying to come to some sort of defense. We still got Chaos over here? Yes, we have. It's a lot of gunners, though. Not really any marauders there. Let's go over to the far side, because we have indeed got a fight going on this side of the battlefield as well. With Orcs and Tyranids going head to head. The Orcs desperately bringing in more reinforcements to try and plug gaps. But again, sheer weight of numbers here is on the Tyranid side. They've got 1.2 million remaining. The Orcs here with 44,000. And Chaos with 93. I mean, this is going to be hard to call, because Chaos still does have a heck of a lot of Marauders, and these guys are really good at killing the Hormagaunts, as we've seen. So it looks like now that we're going to have a bit of a 3-way battle going on. We got Chaos, we got Orcs, we got Tyranids. Who's going to claim the bowl by the end of this? Certainly not the Tau anymore. Oh my gosh, how are these guys getting on over here now? They've got to have been completely surrounded. Yeah, look at that. A complete and utter surround on them now. The Tyranids still having a hard time trying to capitalize on it, though. I think all the gunners are pretty much dead that were on this side. Yeah, so we're going to have a massive surge of Tyranids that's going to come across the battlefield soon. Once the remainder of this Chaos force here is swept up, all these guys are going to go storming over there, right back into the Chaos lines. Look at that insane battle in the background. I really want to see these guys go forward, though. God, look at that. These Marauders, man. They've killed so many. There it is. The final ones have fallen. The Tyranids now can finally start pushing on to the next group. The next intended target. Is there some over here? They're looking a little bit confused. I wonder... Oh, I think one or two might be stuck under the map over here. That's going to be awful. Yeah, I think one or two might be stuck under the map, but they will solve that problem out pretty quickly. Yeah, we go. Lots of Tyranids now moving over to the other side of the field. We've still got a lot of Brood Warriors over there as well. That's something that's going to have to be factored into the fight. But yeah, the rest of the Tyranid army is looking a bit thin over this side. But again, as the Chaos get close to that horde, it's going to pull more and more of them into it. How are the Orcs doing? The Orcs have only got 10,000 left. Oh no! Oh, the poor old Orcs. To be fair, they were taking on a heck of a lot of Tyranids and the Tau. So, yeah, then they got flanked by Chaos. It's not been a happy old one for the Orcs, unfortunately. They've enjoyed the scrap, but I don't think they're going to win. But, you know, in another couple of days, about 4 billion Orcs will arrive as they all grow from the mushrooms. So, yeah, look at this. The horde is actually starting to move over now. Properly engaging at the Chaos lines. You can see the corrupted Leman Russ tank shells flying overhead, lending some fire superiority here. Meanwhile, the gunners back up the Marauders. And we've got a gigantic surge going on now, as both forces vie for control. I think this is going to come down then to the Chaos versus the Tyranids. And again, the Tyranids are going to have another massive swarm of units that are going to be coming from this side of the field, right into that Chaos flank. Not that they're already not being outflanked. I mean, the Tyranids have just got stupendous numbers on their side. And they can just afford to push about any angle they damn well want to. But the Chaos have not faltered yet. They are still holding out really nice and strong. Actually coming down into the death bowl here and pushing across it. Taking the fight to the Tyranids. All this ground that the Tyranids have previously gained now, the Chaos want it back. They love these blood grounds. That's the word I was trying to say. Oh man, the Tyranids are having a right old struggle getting through all this blood. Some magnificent corpse architecture has got to be going on under here. The Tyranids piling up the corpses so they can actually make their way across. Here we go, that flanking maneuver that we were on about before. The Tyranids really pushing into it. More and more forces start to come around, and the Orcs have officially been defeated now, ladies and gentlemen. These Tyranids over the side of the field are now free. Yeah, and look at all this. We've got all these guys now pouring over here. And again, the Chaos are starting to lose that flank. The gunners getting exposed. We have still got a couple of corrupted Leman Russ tanks left alive, though, despite the insane losses that they took earlier from the Tyranid push. There's a lot of Marauders left on the outflanks here. Let's get down into the centre, because these guys are slowly getting enveloped. The Tyranids there, pushing around the top. So I'm interested to see what the Marauders actually start doing at this point. Because they have started to gain a foothold on the other side of the Blood Lake. But the Tyranids are pushing round now. And this line of Marauders literally is about to break any second. They're going to have to either push more reinforcements into this area or abandon it. And it looks like they're going for the first option here. More Marauders now coming into the fight, trying to plug in the gap that the Tyranids have created. The sheer weight of numbers here playing right into the Tyranid hand, and yeah, look at that. The rest of the forces now meandering their way over. However, it kind of looks like Chaos is breaking the back here. Are we going to get a push through the centre lines? That could be really good news for Chaos. They're going to take a lot of losses, man. again, Tyranids slowly but surely enveloping. Look, the gunners up for grabs here, yet again. The Marauders simply not having enough forces to be able to push through and help out all the lines simultaneously. What the Chaos don't want, though, is to lose these tanks. These tanks are putting in invaluable fire support. And I think it is about to go topsy-turvy here for the Chaos. Mind you, we have still got a nice little gaggle of Marauders over here. We're holding back at least the far flank of Tyranids, although the centre line is getting pushed pretty dang hard. But yeah, just these little groups here of Marauders are putting in so much work. So have we actually broken the back of the Tyranid army here? Don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to split them in two. Actually, the Chaos might have actually done it. We might have split the Tyranid army in two here. That's kind of interesting if we have managed to do that. So what I think we're going to quickly do is we're going to hit a little bit of a time-lapse camera here. And let's see, can the Chaos actually manage to hold out against this Tyranid swarm? Are they going to push through the center? Are they going to get enveloped? Let's find out. We'll be back in a second. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it comes down to this. The last of the 700 Chaos units remaining on the field. And you know what? They did an absolute bang-up job. There was 2 million Tyranids here, and there's only 350,000 left. I say only. But yes, of course, the Tyranids have got a lot of assimilating to do here. Lots and lots of biomass to be reclaimed. I mean, look at our blood lake in the background over there. We've got to go take a little dip here for little Timmy, because Brittany is certainly happy. The corpses are just plastered everywhere. But, oh my god, little Timmy. You can get out your aircraft carrier in this one. That's insane there. But we can see that the Hormagaunts won here. And they didn't break for a change, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, look at our battlefield. No matter where we look at this. Between the Orcs and the Tyranids over here. That was an insane fight that they must have had. Oh my god. But ladies and gentlemen, of course, all good things must come to an end, and so must this. And as always, I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who help to keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button down below. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out the amazing Chaotic Pinky store. We got some really cool merch over there. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.